It's Honeysuckle and Rachel Blackmore racing's golden duo.
Tiger Roll joins the greats and beats Magic of Life.
Best behaviour on the near side with the wettest of saves for Barry Brown and Oliver McKiernan. Local trainer Derek comes in again and beyond his now. Lord Lyon wins it from...
It's Samco on the stand side before he had the second round. Fahey lands in the lead by half a length and goes on from Samco.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of We're Going Chasing. Tuesday, the 1st of March. We're 2 weeks out from the Cheltenham Roar. Looking forward to it, Killian?
Oh yeah, Jesus, it's getting close now, getting excited, you know.
Very excited. And we're previewing the Mayor's Hurdle today, which coincidentally is on the Tuesday as well. So it's 2 weeks today. Very competitive race. I suppose before we get into it, just a few things. Make sure to let us know what you think in the comments. There's been good engagement there with the last few videos. So whether you agree or disagree with us, be sure to let us know and click the subscribe button as well. If you haven't seen our other videos as well, just have a look back. We've a fair amount of them previewed now. They're all quite short, around the maybe 8 to 12 minute mark. So they're short and snappy, and this one will follow suit. So Killian, we're going to start the top of the market. A mare that we didn't think would be turning up here at the Mayor's Hurdle whatsoever. We thought she'd be running on the Tuesday, but about an hour earlier. Honeysuckle, does she just go and win?
Please God, she wins. Like, she deserves to go out on a win. Whether she'll win or not, like she's short enough at 2-1. Like really, like you probably want to be taking her on with the performances she's had this year. Now, I'm of the opinion a reproduction of the Hatton's Grace run would probably win this. Maybe, I don't know. It'll go pretty close. Like Marie's Rock is very good. She's the obvious danger, but she could go to the stairs. I hope Honeysuckle wins. I'd probably back her more heart than head, but because I just want to shout her home.
I think it's the head option as well. No, it's a savage race. It's the Mayor's Hurdle this year is one of the most competitive and open races there.
Best Mayor's Hurdle ever by a long way.
Exactly. Yeah. And the quality there it's not just a case of it being open and poor horses and a lot of value in the market. The quality is really there too. It's a super race, but it's the right favourite. Honeysuckle, that Hatton's Grace run was very good. Look, she was up against a freak there in Stateman. Looking back on it, she was never going to win that. And she still held on for a second. She bet Vauban. I'd be surprised if she's bet. And I actually, Marie's Rock is a huge danger, all right, to be fair. But one that I really liked for this race all year was Epatante. And now Epatante is another who won't beat Honeysuckle. Like she's never beaten her. So I couldn't see her turning the form around with Honeysuckle, but I could see Epatante coming second. Now maybe I'm siding with the older horses rather than the younger up and coming ones. I do have a tendency to do that, but like Honeysuckle has the form in the book, they have to get to it, and I'd say the same with Epatante.
Yeah, like Jesus, you look at it here now, like this race, and compare it to Mayor's Hurdles gone by. Like, okay, you had a great mare, Quavega, that won plenty of Mayor's Hurdles, but she was beating handicappers. Like Annie Power fell at the last. Benny won it. She beat Apple's Jade. Was it? Yeah, she beat Apple's Jade. There was a Vroom Vroom Mag, Apple's Jade, Lamini finish one year. Like, I just think Honeysuckle and Epatante, 3 champion hurdlers, like 3 champion hurdle winners, like they're 3 times they won it. Marie's Rock could be probably second or third favourite for the stairs if she went. Love Envoy wouldn't be like Love Envoy getting £7 in the champion hurdle wouldn't be huge in the betting. Now she wouldn't win it, but she could come third. Like, yeah, it's a really strong race. Like Brandy Love, and a good comeback run the last day. She'd have to improve a nice bit to get involved, but she could. She's only 7. Echoes and Rain is
Yeah, of those, just to stop you there, Killeen, of
Mm.
those two novices last year, Brandy Love and Love and Voix, both of them, reached quite considerable heights, I suppose, last year. Between those two, who's the better value? They're pretty much the same price. Who comes home in the match, we'll say? Love Envoy with the course form, and then Brandy Love, I suppose, coming back after a long break, decent run last time out, and obviously bet Love Envoy at the end of last year as well.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's no good for the podcast, Jim.
Brandy Love.
Good
Brandy
man.
Love. Yeah, I just think she'll come on a lot for the run. Potentially a higher ceiling than Love Envoy. She hammered her in Fairy House last year. And that's Love Envoy's only defeat ever on the track as well.
Yeah.
Like, she is a very, very consistent horse, and like her 2 runs this season in Sandown on soft ground, like she won a handicap off 139, and then went and won a listed race by 13 lengths. Like it was a decent level of performance there. Now she missed her prep in Warwick. Maybe the only concern against her, but like I think the first 2 home will be Honeysuckle and Marie's Rock, and probably Epatante. Echoes and Rain might follow them, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I'm against Epatante.
Like the way you would, yeah, you were all year, and I was very much for her, and I'd be very confident now if there's no Honeysuckle in the race. But things have changed.
She
big time.
definitely
Was a
wouldn't
huge
beat
price
Marie's
earlier
Rock.
on.
She wouldn't beat Marie's Rock.
You don't think so? No, over 6'4". Like she,
chance.
like that's her trip now. That's her trip. She's been running over 2 miles this year and that. But if you look at Aintree at the end of last year and she's a year older, she's a bit slower. I think 2 miles 4 at Cheltenham will see her in a very good light.
Yeah, she is a bit slower, like, and Marie's Rock isn't slow, like.
Yeah, well, look, I do really like Epatante, but that's enough said on her, I suppose. Just looking back at Love and War and Brandy Love, like, even if they were like they're rated 150, 151, Honeysuckle is rated there 160. Sorry, I'm looking at the Racing Post ratings. 146 and 147 for Brandy Love and Love and Voix, and then 160 for Honeysuckle. Like, Honeysuckle is going to have to like really perform below her best, and one of them are going to have to take a huge step forward to go and beat her. And that's only Honeysuckle. Now, I could see one of those two taking a big step forward, but like Honeysuckle would need to be regressing too big time, I think, for either of them to bridge that gap. They could certainly get close, but I think it's too big of a bridge to gap, to be honest. Queen's Brook, she wears it well, beating each other a bit this year. Queen's Brook was obviously second in it last year to Marie's Rock, but it's a much deeper race this year. Would you be surprised to see her involved?
Yeah, she won't be involved. Jesus, no. She's not up to that. Like, I was just looking at Marie's Rock's last run there.
She's
in Cheltenham on New Year's Day. Like she beat Dashel Thrasher 6 lengths, First Street 6 1/4 lengths, Nappers Hill 14 lengths, Brewing Up a Storm 18. Like, you know, they're all very limited horses. She's beaten, like, she got a Racing Post rating of 158. Now, it was a fair performance, but that's the same rating as Honeysuckle got in the Hatton's Grace for coming third, you know. Like, I don't know. I just think I'd be surprised if Marie's Rock still beats her, you know, but she might. She's the only one that could, though, I think.
Yeah. That's that. You're probably right there. You're probably right, because I think Epatante beat Marie's Rock, but Epatante has never beaten Honeysuckle. She'd want to. I don't know how. Like, Honeysuckle would really need to take a step back, put it that way, if Epatante is to beat her. But I'd say 1, 2, 3 Honeysuckle, Epatante, and that third is very tough. I'm just going to go with Brandy Love.
I'd go Honeysuckle by a battling length to Marie's Rock, and Echoes and Rain third.
Okay. Very good. That's all from us. We'll be back tomorrow with another preview, so make sure to check in. And also, one final thing before we finish up. We're going to have quite a different episode next week. It's for the Cheltenham Festival race score. So the idea of it is we're just going to be talking about the week at Cheltenham, pubs, clubs, like stories, so if you have any tips, and like we obviously go every year, so we have a fair idea of it. But if you have any stories, of your experience there, whether they're funny, whether you won a load of money and what you went and you did after, whatever it is, just get in touch. You'll see us there on Twitter. You can drop a message into the DMs. You can email us at we'regoingchasing@gmail.com. Or you can even comment down below. But we'd be very interested to hear anything at all that you have. Do you think may be of interest to include in the podcast that will be out next Monday, probably, Killeen, isn't that correct?
Next Monday, yeah, will be next Monday. Look, if there's any stories you have rinsing any of your friends, like I know there's the lad that went with us last year, you'd rinse him anyway with some of the stories you have in him, like, so I won't name his name, but you throw them in anyway, and we'll regurgitate them out.
Very good. Thanks, lads. See you tomorrow.
Good luck.
Vauban finds more now and kicks away and up the hill. Vauban wins the JCB Triumph Hurdle.
Round the home turn, Davy Russell decides to send Presenting Percy on now. It's a beautiful straight 11 victories for Honeysuckle. She is the winner of the Unibet Champion Hurdle.
Heaven help us, runs riot to win the Coral Cup.
Manella Indo is all out, flat out, but he wins the Gold Cup.